Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here, and another fascinating Mind Gym tool. This has been included in a lot of our Mind Gym larger kits for years. We used to sell one large kit, which certainly was well worth getting all these amazing tools. And it's so important. If you're not doing Mind Gym exercises, you are not going to be powerful. Plain and simple, you must center yourself, do Mind Gym, Occult Gym practices as outlined in the two books, and add as many tools as you can. Here's a cool one. Now, what we do with these is that what we basically do here, this is a whole game that you can do that helps your perception. It helps you identify things. Because, you know, you're sloppy with stuff. We're all sloppy. We look at something, oh, it's just that. What is that? This helps you really define what you're seeing. And again, working on your senses is very important. If your senses are working at a high level, it means that your actual psychic senses, your empowerments, will be at a much higher level. So you got to get the common brain going before you can actually get the higher brain going as well. So if you're kind of mentally slow, have problems, well, most likely you're not going to do too well in psychic senses. Radionic tuning, divination, all this is tied together. You know, you need to have a brain that is functioning well, and that's all part of it. Now, there's 81 cards in this little set, and of course, there's many ways of using this as stated in the brochure here, the actual instructions. There's all sorts of interesting. And basically, again, here's a small card game you can do with a lot of people. It's inexpensive, and this is one of those new things. So you can buy this right now. So make sure, of course, that you check the link below if you want to buy these and follow the links so that you get the exact product you should. Also, of course, make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe. Now, the other thing that we have here is to keep in mind is the fact that, and the way these are used mostly, is they're used like Zener cards, ESP cards. Well, you know, it's so boring. You need what is it? A star, square. What's that? So you want to use things that have different colors, different shapes, and you use these just like you'd use ESP cards. You have a sender and a receiver. And generally what you do is, so somebody isn't guessing from outer space, is that the person who you're sending the info to, is that you lay the cards down in front of them, that it's going to be one of these cards that you're going to send to them. So let's say it was, you're going to send one of these, just for example here, what do we got? 5 cards here. And this you lay down in front of the receiver. Then you pick one of these designs and you project it at that person. You send that image to that person. And as it gets more difficult, you can pick more. These are also made to identify in terms of numbers. Well, here's the same design, but what's different? There's 2 on there. So there's numbers, there's things that are shaded. And this, again, makes things interesting, particularly as ESP cards or even as other things. So the fact is that there's kind of line drawings, as we see here. There's also shaded ones here. Here we go. Here's some shaded ones. So you have all these things together. So this makes a fantastic general ESP deck. And you got to remember, ESP decks are all used the same. But what's important is to use more than those boring shapes you get from your typical boring Zener pack made by whomever Zener was. Zener was a person who designed those for J.B. Rhine. Rhine didn't invent ESP cards. Zener did. And, you know, they serve their purpose for that particular situation. But the bottom line is that they are so boring that people that do ESP card work and use those so few designs generally get worse and worse. Initially, it's kind of fun. 10 minutes later, it's boring. 20 minutes later, it's horrific, and they can't even figure out their own name. Now, when you get into something that has all these variants, well, this starts to make things interesting. And if you want to make things really complicated, you can have a person not choose from, I believe, the 5 Zeners, but you can have 10. Let's see if people can sense when there's so many designs that it really forces them to stop guessing. The problem with 5 cards is you're guessing. 10 cards, I don't know if you can guess that properly or not. And the whole idea is when you're doing any kind of ESP work, you don't want to guess. And of course, that's what everybody does initially, is you start guessing and you're saying, well, which one of these, blah, 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 blah. And that's bad. But once you do that for a while, you start sensing what's there. And again, you don't want to make things difficult. Always have the receiver have in front of him what you're going to send him as one of the items, not the card. I'm going to send you this card. Which one is it? Well, obviously not. You have 10 cards down in front of him so a person can focus on it. Because if you have to focus on what card it is randomly, all your energy goes into that. That's not the point of using ESP cards. The point of using ESP cards is to get the actual image to you. And you want to have a base of reference, not pick a shape out of the universe. This is the problem with remote viewing and other things, which I don't like. Well, pick something out of the universe. Well, I don't think that works well, and I'm not sure that any of that is real, that people are doing that, because if they really could get to that level, they'd be running the world. And apparently, they like to run training institutes where they make hundreds of thousands of dollars training people instead of using the empowerments. So here's a fascinating modern tool. This company makes several different types of card games and other things. Here's a great set that we included with our huge kits of the past. There even is some more information on this in the All Access membership. But watch the links below, and these are inexpensive again. I think you can get these for $8 to $15 depending on the kit. And this is highly recommended. Again, you must use many varied occult mind gym tools, or you will not be able to build high empowerments. That's the key to it. You need to pump empowerment iron, and this is the way you do it. And again, here's another low cost, effective, and fun way. Until next time.